for this week, folks. No. Velvet Sky took to Twitter this week to announce that she has been suffering from a multitude of unexpected health issues and said she's working really hard to get better every day, but it's taken its toll and all she can do is rest. From the bottom of my heart, which is her heart, we share the same heart. Sorry, Bully.
Well, it's all one. You know, you get a ventricle and she gets a ventricle, and I think Bully gets a ventricle. I need to take a drink of water. It's been recommended to me by some folk. There's ventricles all over the place, folks.
Yeah. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every one of you, as I have always have, for your support. Love you all. The former two-time Knockouts champion, who has been in the sport since 2003, has announced back in 2016 that she was retiring from in-ring action and not making appearances to focus on college. Seems like something you should have did before getting into wrestling. Xavier Woods.
Wrestling Xavier Woods?
Well, I mean, Xavier Woods got his college degrees and, stuff.
Yeah. I probably couldn't afford college until she made that Impact money, baby.
It was either be a knockout on Impact or go work at the strip club. And either job was basically the same thing.
Now you're just being derogatory, Paystee.
We all know how Impact was with their women's division back in the day.
It was like the best women's division that really focused on substance and had people over there like Amazing Kong and Gail Kim and all these women that weren't cookie-cutter blonde bombshell broads, ODB.
And then you had the beautiful people thrust to the center of attention.
I like how you say thrust there, buddy.
Well, thrusting and the beautiful people go hand in hand, and my hand has gone hand in hand with thrusting and beautiful people since 2016.
Yes, it has.
The Charter Beautiful People member most recently appeared for Ring of Honor in 2019, reuniting with Angelina Love to form The Allure with Mandy Leon.
Very different from the Beautiful People, Paystee. Very different.
Remember when we interviewed Allure at Galactic Get Down?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Very
different.
This is awful to hear. Obviously, we don't know exactly what's going on with her, but she is great. She did help usher in one of the...
She didn't tell us what was wrong. It's attention.
No. Oh, shut up. What is with your attitude today, Paystee? You're such a negative Nelly. We hope the best for her. We hope things work out for her. She is a pioneer, and she obviously, despite what anybody thinks of her, and a lot of people feel the same way Paystee talked. I don't think Paystee believes that, but nonetheless,
I love Velvet Sky.
She was a huge pioneer in the actual women's revolution, not the WWE one, because she proved that you could also be sexy but have real storyline substance. And, her and Angelina Love, Velvet worked hard to become more than just... she was kind of the Trish Stratus.
For Velvet Sky, we wouldn't have Tessa Blanchard.
Exactly. And that's sad.
Because she had sex with Tully Blanchard. Sorry, Bully.
Sorry, Bully. Paystee!
I'm sorry.
That flu's a son of a bitch, buddy. New Japan Pro Wrestling announced that due to influenza, Kota Ibushi will miss the entire New Beginning in USA tour that starts January 24th in Tampa, Florida.
Corona flu!
He's got the Corona flu. He should have put a lime in it.
Salt and lime.
It's the only way to prevent it. Ibushi being out has resulted in a number of matches changing. We're not going to go over all of them now because it's literally a match from every night. Ibushi is also unable to attend the scheduled meet and greet in Miami on January 30th. Sad day because Ibushi is a huge name, and I think a lot of New Japan fans in the U.S. know Ibushi quite well, probably more through Omega than anything else.
He requested a lot of time off after fighting 2 nights in a row for Wrestle Kingdom.
He would be smart.
I just feel like this is a really easy way to write it off and not piss off your American audience.
We like that.
Yeah.
We like it a lot.
Yeah. We also really like a lot Brian Cage, right, Fat Mack?
Yes. Yes.
He
Yes.
he released a video statement and said he needs surgery on a torn bicep. He also said there have been rumors as to where he will end up in pro wrestling. He claims it's not sure where he goes next. Ooh, rumors. Because of dealing with the injury first. He has also confirmed he's done with Impact. Cage announced there will be a new Warrior Wrestling champion on 2/15/20 in Chicago Heights for Warrior Wrestling 8 because he can't defend the title due to the injury. He was supposed to defend it in what they were calling the War of Attrition match.
The War of Attrition. Yep.
That's my albatross.
To bear.
Yes.
So, yeah, it definitely sucks that he's going to need the surgery. It's a horrible time for him to need the surgery right now when he's a free agent and he's a huge name in the pro wrestling world as a free agent. But at the same time, absence makes the heart grow fonder. If he's smart, he comes back unexpectedly, pops up out of nowhere with somebody and makes a big name for himself. That's what I would do.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to kind of sit on the sidelines for a minute when you're, newly fresh on the market.
Sometimes when you're newly single, you just want to take a step back, get away from the hose, dry your nutsack out, and just let it go. A really beautiful woman once told me that her pussy was sore, and I told her I liked it. She told me it hurts to wipe, so I told her just let it drip dry. She said I don't like it, and I said, well, tough. I like fisting you and making you my puppet. And that's how that went. But somebody who I haven't fisted and made my
Noelle
puppet.
Foley. Oh.
I don't need Mick Foley getting pissed at me. Even in his old age and barely able to walk, he'd funk me up, buddy. Worse than old Terry at the Funk You Ranch. Noelle Foley has been dealing with concussion-related issues for the past several months. This according to Frank the Clown. For people who don't know Frank the Clown, this is going to be great that they heard me say that.
Internet resource.
Apparently, she's barely on social media now since it worsens her headaches greatly. Fucking mine, too.
Yeah.
Mine, too.
Her being off of social media definitely helps with my migraines.
I would concur. He claims the simplest things in everyday life are a huge struggle for her, and they are exploring every single avenue for help, going as far as to...
She is the Kardashian of the wrestling world.
They are going as far as to ask on social media if anyone has any suggestions. Here's a suggestion.
Look at it.
Ask your fucking father, who fucking knows more about concussions than anyone in the goddamn world. Why would you ask the internet when you know your father?
What you want to do is take some garlic and you want to put them in a garlic press, and then you want to rub it into your eyeballs, Noelle. Okay? Just in counterclockwise motions.
Counterclockwise. Yes. Come on, Noelle.
That's opposite the clock, okay?
So
we're not very
she's like, it's a goddamn digital clock. I don't know what to do. There's no word yet on if Noelle was injured after her work with WWE for another indie promotion or what her pro wrestling plans are for the future. Mick and Noelle have not publicly commented on Frank's tweets as of this writing. I gotta do it. I gotta just let folks know because they're still sitting here like, who the fuck is Frank the Clown and why is he talking about these people? Noelle Foley's fiance is Frank the Clown. He's a wrestling fan who dresses up like a clown. I mean, you can tell she had a great father figure growing up. This is the kind of shit that where it's like, reality is better than fiction. This should have been the show
pick for this week.
Oh, we love it.
Oh, my God. It's Kanye and Kim.
It's good stuff. It's been a great show so far. Fucking awesome.
Ready to make it bad? Because I'm going to suck the fun out of the room.
I love it when you suck it, Paystee.
Oh, yeah, I'll suck it good. The Cauliflower Alley Club confirmed this morning, which I think was yesterday morning because it said this morning yesterday as well, that Puerto
lot of
Rican
mornings.
wrestler Hercules.
Well, it's this morning in Puerto Rico.
Ayala passed away yesterday evening. Ayala, real name Ruben Cruz, was a popular talent who wrestled in promotions such as the Triple WF, because I'm not going to say it 3 fucking times.
Good for
And
you.
Stampede Wrestling. Most notably, had his primary run in the World Wrestling Council in Puerto Rico. Ayala had a feud with another Hercules in Hercules Hernandez, as well as challenging Ric Flair for the NWA World title when the Nature Boy came to wrestle in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I like the way you said it last time. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kevin Sorbo and Aaliyah.
Ayala?
I remember Aaliyah.
Yeah.
The
9/11.
singer.
Never forget. That's the
Never
one thing I
forget.
remember. Every September 11th, I go and I play her album, and I cry
And I cry.
and masturbate.
And I mastered. What? I mean, sometimes I finger my butt a little while I'm listening to it, but you're weird. Oh, more Canadian news. A lot of Canadian
One
news this
without
week.
the other, really.
It's hard.
Exactly.
I mean, not that it's difficult. I'm just saying I'm erect.
Yeah. Well,
Canadian pro wrestler Steve Gillespie, a.k.a. Dr. Hannibal, has passed away at the age of 56. Gillespie was found dead in his car January 18th. No other details are known as of this time other than there was a garden hose in the window as well. Folks, that was me joking. Don't go around spreading suicide rumors. During the 80s and 90s, Gillespie worked in numerous promotions in Canada, including Stampede Wrestling and Canadian Rocky Mountain Wrestling. When WWF came to Canada, Gillespie would work under his real name as Talent Enhancement. But most fans will know him best from the 90s as Dr. Hannibal when he worked in Japan for FMW, teaming with Dr. Luther. Yes, folks, the same one currently working for AEW in the Nightmare Collective. The duo feuded with The Sheik, Mr. Oneita, Sabu,
they didn't call him
and
Dr.
others.
Luther at all on AEW. They just called him Luther.
That's sad.
Yeah. It's
There's
Luther.
somebody-
Who's that?
Prob-
I love when
probably,
Excalibur knows exactly who it is, and then 20 minutes later, JR is still questioning who it is.
It's good old JR. We love it. They probably don't want to take away from old Britt Baker over there.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That was probably the worst part about the cruise, when she was trying to cut that promo on.
Oh, they straight up. I guess we'll talk about it because we have nothing else to talk about it or any other place. So I don't know where folks watch it, but where I watched it, there was no commercial breaks. I watched it straight through. They told you like, hey, on TNT we're cutting to a commercial break, but then they kept on.
Yeah.
And so they got to her. She came out. She's cutting this promo. It's an awful promo. She keeps going, and finally they cut her off. I was watching it with no commercial breaks, and they cut to a fucking commercial.
Yep.
They were like, "Fuck this, we're done." In the middle of her
trying
talking.
to start the same line 7 times over again.
Yeah, it was for it being a taped show. They could have done a better job of editing that.
The more I see Britt Baker, the more I'm willing to let her contract expire.
I will say though, if we're talking about guffaws in AEW, I do love that they're actually using the what do we want to call it? The shit punches in a storyline for the Dark Carnival, or not the Dark Carnival, for the Dark Order.
I missed any Dark Order stuff this week. I was kind of half-ass watching.
Well, they had they talked to they brought in the weak one to talk to the master who's unseen. Of course, we don't know who the master is, but they brought in the weak one, and they blamed him for being coerced by the other side, as if he was protecting Dustin or Goldust. You know, like it wasn't that he was throwing shitty punches, but that he was working to not hurt him. He was working for the other side. And then they gave him a big ass punch that punched him out of the Dark Order. They literally punched him out of the Dark Order.
I love it. That's great. You gotta own that shit, and you gotta run with it.
Yeah, you can't hide from it, and you can't deny it.